in doubt before thee, and thou shalt fear day and night, and shall have no assurance of thy life.
That's what's going on now, right? No assurance of thy life. We get off the land. Go ahead.
In the morning thou shalt say, Would God it were evening, and at even thou shalt say, Would God it were morning, for the fear of thy heart within, wherewith thou shalt fear, and for the sight of thy eyes, which thou shalt see.
He said, man, I'm fearful during the day. I want to go at night. I want to become nightfall. I'm fearful at night. I want to become day. I'm not relaxed in this world system. That's how most of our brothers and sisters are. We're not relaxed. Because we always got to look over our shoulder. Got to lock the doors. Got to make sure that we facing forward if the police get behind us so we won't turn our head and they pull us over. Can't have no more than 2 people in the car. You got a car full of people in the car, they're going to pull you over. This is the stuff we got to worry about. If they pull you over, you say one thing, they'll shoot and kill you. We see all that going on. But this is how we got plucked off. Go ahead.
And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships.
He said, the Lord shall bring you to Egypt again with ships, meaning that Egypt is bondage. And he ain't talking about the land Egypt. He's going to bring you into another Egypt, which is the Egypt that's scattered all over the world. Go ahead.
By the way, wherefore I spake unto thee, thou shalt see it no more again, and there ye shall be sold unto your enemies for bondmen and bondwomen, and no man shall buy you.
You're going to be sold for bondsmen and bondwomen. This is what's going on with us. Who fit this description? Yeah. Show not Jewish people over there in the land. It ain't them. It's us. That's why they don't want you to go and read these scriptures in the Old Testament to identify who the Israelites are and them laws. Now I'm going to show you who took our spot in our land. Let's go to Obadiah. Obadiah. It ain't no chapter, just one book. Obadiah. We'll start with verse 1. When we got plucked off the land, taken from our possessions, somebody else came in the land and took our identity. And God didn't like that. And He's going to punish them for that. This is our history. This is our lineage. Obadiah, we're going to start with verse 1 to show you who came in and assumed our identity. Verse 1, go ahead.
The vision of Obadiah. Thus says the Lord God concerning Edom.
See, if you don't know who Edom is, this won't make sense to you. They talking about Esau is the white man. Esau is not the white man. Esau is our twin brother.
That's right, man.
We Jacob, they Esau, twin brother.
Amen.
They're assuming our identity, not the white man, or the European, or the Gentile. If that's so, why the European ain't in the land right now calling themselves Jews? They know who they are. They call themselves Caucasians. Go ahead, brother.
We have heard rumors from the Lord. We have heard rumor from the Lord, and an ambassador is sent among the heathen.
Yes, sir.
Arise ye, and let us rise up against her in battle.
So Lord gave Obadiah something to write about Edom. Edom should have did what they did, which is come to the land and possess our assets. Go ahead.
Behold, I have made thee small among the heathen. Thou art greatly despised.
Yes, sir.
The pride of thy heart has deceived thee. Thou dwellest in the cleaves of the rocks, whose habitation is high, that said in the heart, who shall bring me down to the ground?
He told them they're giving the clefts of the rock. Who gonna bring me down to the ground? He talking about these people that sits high. You look at what's going, anything happened in Jerusalem, they are running to help them. They have allies. When they say you get in trouble, what lawyer they tell you to go get? Go get that Jew, because he's good at what he do. And he was good at taking our identity from us. Go ahead.
Though thou exalt thyself as the eagle, and though thou set thy nest among the stars, Tents will I bring thee down, says the Lord.
Who control Hollywood? Who control all this film industry? The Jewish people. Ask Nick Cannon about it. Ask him about it when he spoke against the Jews and see what happened. They stripped the show away from him. He come begging back. I'm sorry. He told the truth. These people got power. They don't match up with Deuteronomy chapter 28. This is not talking about no white man. This is talking about Esau, our twin brother, which is Jacob's twin brother. He assumed our identity. He shouldn't have done that. Jump down to verse 6. Go ahead.
It is he that buildeth his stores in the heavens.
You got verse 6?
Oh, all right.
Go ahead. Verse 6.
How are the things of Esau searched out? How are his hidden things sought up?
He said, how the things of Esau searched out? They're looking at Esau. Tell me his characteristic. If you search him out, you'll know exactly who he is. Go ahead.
All the men of his confederacy have brought thee even to the border.
Yes, sir.
The men that were at peace with thee have deceived thee and prevailed against thee. They that eat thy bread have laid a wound under thee.
Yes, sir.
There is none understanding in him.
They no understanding in Esau. They brought him to the borders. They let him have the land. Go ahead.
And the mighty old men.
Verse 8.
Shall I not in that day, said the Lord, even destroy thee, wise men out of Edom, and understanding out of the mouth of Esau?
He said, look, man, I'm going to destroy the wise men out of Edom. I'm going to destroy them because they think they wise. They think they're getting away with this stuff. Assuming our identity, taking our land. They don't get away with this. God know what they did. Go ahead.
And thy mighty men, O Teman, shall be dismayed to the end, and that everyone of that mount of Esau may be cut off by slaughter.
He said, every one of the mount of Esau is going to be cut off by slaughter. That's why it ain't good to be in the land right now. We know when to go to the land, when the man of sin shows up. Keep going. Go ahead.
For thy violence against thy brother Jacob.
Thou who? Thy brother Jacob. Last time I checked, Japheth is not our brother, which is the father of the Gentiles. Esau is our brothers. Jacob and Esau. Get your lineage right. Then you understand what's going on. Go ahead.
For the violence against thy brother Jacob, shame shall cover thee, and thou shalt be cut off forever.
He said he knows what you did to your brother, Jacob. He gonna cut you off. Go ahead.
In the day that thou stoodest on the other side, and the day that thy strangers carried away captive his forces, and forgers entered into thy gates, has cast lots upon Jerusalem. Even thou wasn't as one of them.
He said he's seen the strangers carry away the captives, his forces, his foreigners, entered into the gates. He's seen all that, and you stood by and watched because you wanted that land. Well, check this. Go ahead. God seen all that. Go ahead.
But thou shouldest not have looked on the day of thy brother in that day that he became a stranger. Neither shouldest thou have rejoiced over the children of Judah in that day of their destruction. Neither shouldest thou have spoken proudly in that day of their distress.
He said you shouldn't have did that. You were rejoicing about this. This happened in 70 A.D. Go to documented history. When General Vespasian and Titus came to the land, and they went to persecute the Jews and took them and scattered them all over the land with slave ships. As Deuteronomy chapter 28 says. Keep going.
Thou shouldest not have entered into the gate of my people.
He said, thou should not enter into where? Of the gates of thy people. That's a land. You shouldn't have went in there. You shouldn't have went in Jerusalem and assumed their identity. I got a special thing for you, Esau. Go ahead.
Thou shalt not have entered into the gates of my people in that day of their calamity. Yeah, thou shouldest not have looked on their affliction in the day of their calamity, nor have laid hands on their substance in the day of their calamity.
They laid hands on our substance, our money, our gold, the temple, everything. They assumed it. God said, you should have done that. Period. Go ahead.
Neither shouldest thou have stood in the crossway to cut off those of his that did escape, neither should thou have delivered up those of his that did remain in the day of distress. For the day of the Lord is near upon all the heathens, as thou hast done. It shall be done unto them. Thy reward shall return upon thy own head.
He said, your reward will return upon your own head. You stopped by and told these Gentiles, they go on right there. That's the Israelite right there. He ran over there in the bushes. He ran with that tribe. He trying to blend in. They was pointing us out. They were pointing us out. And God said, I seen all of this. And I'm going to deal with you, Esau. Go ahead.
For as ye have drunk upon the holy mountain, so shall all the heathen drink continually. Yeah, they shall drink, and they shall swallow down, and they shall be as though they had not been.
Go ahead.
But upon Mount Zion shall be deliverance of there shall be holiness, and the house of Jacob shall possess their possessions.
He said, look, Jacob gonna get their get back. They're gonna have deliverance, but it ain't coming now. We gotta wait till the abomination of desolation kick into the land. Once a man descended the reveal, we start going close over there to the land, but not in the land. Because he's gonna destroy Esau, as we're gonna find out in a little bit, what he's gonna do to him. Go ahead.
And the house of Jacob shall be a fire, and the house of Joseph a flame, and the house of Esau for stubble.
Yes, sir.
And they shall kindle in them and devour them. And there shall not be any remaining of the house of Esau, for the Lord has spoken it.
Because we're going to take them down. This going to happen when the first resurrection comes, and Jesus put his feet on Mount Olives. I'm going to read that to you. Keep going.
And they of the south shall possess the mount of Esau, and they of the plain the Philistines, and they shall possess the fields of Ephraim,
Yes, sir.
and the fields of Samaria and Benjamin shall possess Gilead.
Gilead. This is what he's telling us right here. We're going to possess our lands again. That's all he's saying. He's going to give our territory. Everybody got a spot of land that they're going to be on. He's going to section it out. 12 brothers, 12 tribes got a spot. And this is what's going to happen. Go ahead.
And the capacity of his host of the children, captivity of the host of the children of Israel shall possess that of the Canaanites.
Yes, sir.
Even the
Zarephites.
And the captivity of Jerusalem, which is
Zephyr. Go ahead. Shall possess
the cities of the south, and the survivors shall come upon the Mount Zion to judge the mountains.
And the Savior shall come upon Mount Zion to judgment to Mount Esau. Go ahead.
And the kingdom shall be the Lord.
The Saviors are coming on Mount Zion. Who's the Saviors?
Right.
Let's find out. Because he got a multitude coming with him. Let's go to Zechariah chapter 14. All this stuff is playing out. He brings some Saviors. We're going to sit upon thrones in the land of Jerusalem. That's what the capital city is going to be. That is where the capital city is going to be. And it's the headquarters. But it's going to be a black God running it with some more blacks. We're going to be running this thing. Let's see something here. Let's see what these saviors are. Because he said he's going to come back and give them back what they gave us. Zechariah chapter 14 and verse 1. Go ahead.
Behold, the day of the Lord cometh, thy spoil shall be divided in the midst of thee.
This talking about the seventh trump, when the day of the Lord cometh. He says it's coming now. We're going to give you a timeline. Go ahead.
For I will gather all nations against Jerusalem to battle, and the city shall be taken, and the house of rival, and the women ravished, and half of the city shall go forth into captivity, and the residue of the people shall not be cut off from the city.
See, at this time, you don't want to be in Jerusalem. A lot of brothers talking about they going back to Jerusalem, staying over there. No. It's not time yet. Stay where you at until your transportation comes, because women going to be raped at this time, because the houses are going to be torn down. They're going to be tearing Jerusalem up before the Lord come back and fight for us. He's telling us to get out of that land, because he got a special thing for Esau. Go ahead.
Then shall the Lord go forth and fight against those nations, as when he fought in the day of the battle.
So you telling them the Lord gonna go forth. This is the seventh trump. He coming forth to fight. What's the first place he's going to fight? Go ahead.
And his feet shall stand in that day upon the Mount of Olives, which is before Jerusalem on the east.
Wait a minute. They told me we're going to fly up to heaven with him and ride around all the heavens and the planets and everything. No, you're going to go up to the sky in the clouds, get your body covered right back down right here with Jesus. If you in the first resurrection, to have some understanding. Go ahead.
And the Mount of Olives shall cleave in the midst thereof, toward the east and toward the west, and there shall be a great valley, and half of the mountain shall remove toward the north, and half toward the south.
So he's going to split the Mount of Olives in half. It's going to be a great valley right there. Whoever's in that mountain, around that mountain, going to get killed. Period. In that land, because he got to make sure he cleanses it. He going to get all them people out. But he doing this to Esau for what he done to us, taking our identity. Go ahead.
And ye shall flee to the valley of the mountains, for the valley of the mountains shall reach unto Azel. Yeah, ye shall flee like you fled from before the earthquake in the days of Uzziah, king of Judah. And the Lord my God shall come, and all the saints with you.
Where you get them saints from?
First resurrection.
First resurrection. He coming. This is future right here. He taking care of Esau at this seventh trump. It's going to be a great battle. And it's all about our land. That's why I say you pray for the land. Don't pray for the people. Those are the synagogue of Satan over there. And we know we got Israel scattered all over the world. We know we do. You pray for the Israelites. Go ahead, bro.
And it shall come to pass in that day that the light shall not be clear nor dark, but it shall be one day which shall be known to the Lord, not day nor night, but it shall come to pass that evening time it shall be light.
Because the God going to darken the sun and the moon. It's not going to be a sight to see like it was before. The moon going to be blood. Not going to shed, it's like going to be a different kind of light, blooming. All chaos going to break out around this time. Once the seventh trumpet is blown, God going to destroy these people and the people along with them that are not in the wilderness. Go ahead.
And it shall be in that day, the living water shall go out from Jerusalem, half of them towards the former sea, and half of them towards the hindered sea. In summer and in winter shall it be.
Because God is going to clean up Jerusalem. He's going to purify it. He's going to have good water. Why? Go ahead. Verse 9.
And the Lord shall be king over all the earth in that day. Shall there be one Lord, and his name one.
That is when he going to reign on earth with all his people. That's in the first resurrection. Go ahead.
All the land shall be turned as a plain from Gilgal to Ramion, south of Jerusalem, and it shall be left upon the inhabited in the place from Benjamin's gate unto the place of the first gate, unto the corner gate, and from the tower of Hananiel unto the king's wine press.
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
And many shall dwell in it, and there shall be no more utter destruction, but Jerusalem shall be safely inhabited.
Jerusalem gonna be safely inhabited at the time, because the Lord is on this earth. But before we get to this point, we need to know what we're supposed to be at our time. I'm gonna give you the warning signals. Let's go to Matthew chapter 24. How to get to the land. Not in the capital city, but in the desert, in the wilderness. Because the ones that are in the land, they got some understanding, they're gonna be fleeing out to the mountain, getting in the wilderness at the time. But we need to know the right thing to do at the right time once we're over there. Matthew chapter 24, we're gonna start at verse 1. Is Jesus talking about the end? That's why Israel need to be educated, so if we get separated, we can tell the brother and sister what to do and calm down, because they're going to be going crazy at this time. Matthew chapter 24 and verse 1. Let's understand when the real Israelite should come back to Israel. Verse 1. Matthew 24 and verse 1. Go ahead.
And Jesus went out and departed from the temple. And his disciples came to him for to show him the building of the temple.
Yes, sir.
And Jesus said unto them, See ye not all these things? Verily I say unto you, there shall not be left here one stone upon another, that shall not be thrown down.
Because Jesus told them about the temple, which is Solomon's temple that they was looking at. They're like, oh man, look at the temple. All this. He said, man, that thing gonna be destroyed. I don't know what they got over there, that wailing wall over there. They going through sticking notes in it and all this stuff and praying to it. That is not a part of the temple, because Jesus said everything gonna be destroyed from that temple. And it happened in 70 AD. They destroyed it to the ground. They melted the gold down from the temple. Go ahead.
And as he sat upon the Mount of Olives, the disciples came unto him privately, saying, Tell us, when shall these things be, and what shall be the signs of thy coming and of the end of the world?
This is what we at. We didn't know the signs of the end of the world and what we're supposed to do. Jump down to verse 15. Let's see one of the signs. Go ahead.
When ye therefore shall see the abomination of desolation spoken of by Daniel the prophet stand in the holy place, whoso readeth, let him understand.
Most people that read this in the churches, some of the churches don't know what it's talking about. They don't. They be looking at the man sitting over there and say, oh yeah, man, he came over there. Everybody ain't so peaceful. Everybody doing good. We coming together, the Jews and the Christians and all that, and just don't know. I'm gonna be packing my bags, running urgently. Ain't gonna tell you why. Go ahead.
Then let them which be Judea flee into the mountains.
He said, then let them which be in Judea flee to the mountain. In Jerusalem, flee in the mountain. Because we understand, once that man is saying steps in the temple of God, great tribulation is about to start. 3.5 years of it. Go ahead.
Let him which is on the housetop not come down to take anything out of his house.
Now that's urgent. He said, you got something in the house? Don't worry about it. Keep trucking. Find your transportation. Go ahead.
Neither let him which is in the field return back to take his clothes.
Yes, sir.
And woe unto them that are with child, and to them that give suck in those days.
Go ahead.
But pray ye that your flight may be not in the winter, neither on the Sabbath day.
He tells us right now the Sabbath still gonna be rolling. He prayed your trip not be in the winter. Because we're gonna have a little time to see when they start building. I'm looking around like, hey man, what we gonna do? Trying to find my transportation. I'm rolling. I don't care about none of this stuff. Cars, houses, and all that stuff, clothes, money, none of it. I'm driving, I'm leaving. Because I know if you stay here, you can't enjoy it. You got to take the mark in your right hand and your forehead. You got to pay for it some type of way. You got to pay the taxes on your house. You got to pay your tag. You got to pay your license. How you going to pay for all that and leave without taking this mark of the beast? You can't. So why you sitting there fighting over to keep it? It's useless. To us, God said, look, man, it's going to be total destruction upon this land. And there's going to be one spot that's going to be protected. One. And that's over there in the wilderness at the time. Outside of Jerusalem, the capital city, the wilderness, which is the desert. Go ahead.
But then shall be great tribulation, such as was not since the beginning of the world to this time, nor ever shall be.
Yes, sir. You ain't seen nothing like this. You think slavery was bad? This is slavery ain't got nothing on this. Nothing. Think that was bad? No, this is gonna be worse. Go ahead.
And except those days should be shortened, there should no flesh be saved, but for the elect's sake, those days shall be shortened.
God said I had to shorten the days because they won't kill all flesh. Because mainly, most of the world at this time didn't have nuclear weapons. Now they got every little country, big country got a nuclear weapon. They can destroy all flesh in a button.
That's right.
And you know America, they're the first one to use a nuclear weapon. Hiroshima and Nagasaki, we're the only one to use it. You think they cared about you and me? No. Let's go, let me show you something here. Let's go to 2 Thessalonians chapter 2. Let's understand who is this abomination of desolation. Lord said read Daniel, but we're going to go a different direction, man. It's all in the New Testament. I want to know what I'm doing according to this book Because if you're doing according to this book, God will help you. But you right here running, trying to get something from this abomination and desolation, or this man is saying, you out of luck, man. You take that mark of the beast, you done. You going straight to the lake of fire. No question. I heard one brother told me, I take it, but I ain't gonna worship it. I said, brother, don't work like that. It's just like a woman telling you that she a little pregnant. It don't work like that. Is she pregnant or not? I got a little HIV. You got a little HIV. You got HIV. It don't work like that. Let's look at this man that's seen coming. And the Lord gonna tell us, the ones that got their ears and eyes on, know it won't shake you. Listen to what he say here. Go ahead, verse 1. 2 Thessalonians chapter 2, verse 1. Go ahead.
Now we beseech you, brethren, by the coming of our Lord Jesus Christ, and by our gathering together unto him,
Yes, sir.
that ye be not soon shaken in mind, or be troubled neither by spirit, nor by word, nor by letter as from us, as that day of the Christ is at hand.
He said, look, man, don't be shaken. Be calm. A lot of people hear a lot of pressure come about, they get nervous, they start fumbling over stuff. No, you want to make sure that you calm. You done read this for 20, 30 years, or 10 years. You should understand this. But some people be like, oh man, anything gonna happen. It's gonna happen. Get your mind ready for it. What are you gonna say about this man that's sin? Go ahead.
Let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall not come, except there come a falling away first.
Yes, sir.
And that man of sin be revealed, the son of perdition.
He said it's gonna be a great fall away. And we are here now. The Sunday churches, they can't hardly keep people in church no more. You know Israel, we can hardly keep 2 men at a time compared to the Sunday churches. It's going to be a great fall away. We are here now. But this is our clue right here. Go ahead. To flee to the wilderness. Go ahead.
Holiness and exalt himself above all that is called God, or that is worship, so that he, as God, sitteth in the temple of God, showing himself that he is God.
Where's the location of the temple of God? Jerusalem. So if you ain't got your eyes on the land, you won't know what is going on. This man is saying gonna sit in the temple of God and say he's God. You know why? Because the Jewish people are building the land, building the temple, and they got white Levitical priests training themselves to take animal sacrifices. So he gonna come there and say, look, Jesus is here. Y'all stop the animal sacrifices. This is what he gonna assume. He gonna try to make it like he is Jesus. And the Lord is the only one that can take him down. Only one. He said he's sitting in the temple of God, showing himself that he is God. And you see how the Roman Catholic Church is going to be a Roman Catholic. Watch Rome. It's going to be him. He's going to come over there. The papacy or the Catholic are so powerful. They have so much money. It's one of the biggest organizations in the world. They're everywhere. It's going to come out of it. You finished with that?
Yeah.
Where we at? Go ahead.
Remember ye not that when I was yet with you, I told you these things.
He said, remember this now. I told you these things, so you won't be shaking in your mind. Let me show you how long that this man is going to rule and reign. Let's go to Revelation chapter 11. This ain't no game. Well, skip one.
Birthday.
Hmm.
We should do that.
Okay. Yeah, that's right. Let's go to 1 Thessalonians chapter 5. I'm jumping ahead of myself. Appreciate that.
Yeah.
First Thessalonians chapter 5. Yeah, I can't miss that one. Appreciate that. Let's see what the man is saying going to do once he assumes power in the temple. How it's going to roll. First Thessalonians chapter 5, and we'll start in verse 2. Where we go, Mike? Go ahead.
But of the times and the seasons, brethren, ye have no need that I write unto you.
Mm-hmm.
For yourself know perfectly that the day of the Lord so coming as a thief in the night.
It's going to come to them that are not watching as a thief in the night.
Come on.
Not the ones that understand.